work processes. And then we plan and understand the work process of video creation. So that's the general idea of this one. So that's learning objectives. And what competencies does it foster? We thought these might be the good ones, like they have to be able to identify the information needs, what kind of needs do they have, and they have to find data, information, and content. If you think about the work analysis, for example, they have to know what they're doing and what they're looking for. And they can do the simple search in digital environments. And the student also has to be able to access and navigate between this data, information, and contents, and also identify the simple search strategies. So that would be the first competence. And the second one is from 5.2, identification of needs and technological responses. So they have to be able to recognize their own needs, what do they need, and then identify the simple digital tools and possible technological solutions to meet these needs. So that was the first two. So for the work process, for the work analysis, only these two. And then the next one is the criteria. When do they get the badge? I thought that maybe it would be good that they have to show us what they have been looking for, what kind of information they have found online, if it's correct, if it's relevant. They may be presenting the list of the material they have used or the websites they have visited. And then they have found relevant information about work process and they are planning to study. So they present the work process in some ways, like a list, could be a numbered list, could be a graphic. Okay. And the next one is the module 5.
Just a remark.
Yeah. Hmm?
For the work process, as far as I remember, it's in the presentation I gave in Helsinki, but not in the module. So that's work for me to do, to include this in the guideline.
Do you mean the work analysis or what
the
you
work
mean?
analysis? Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, that's good because
and
we noticed.
Accordingly, I would put the criteria. Not necessarily students have found relevant information about work process, but something like students can describe the work process in its steps or something.
So it's like the present the work process. Yeah.
Sorry, I have included that part, Mina, in the Excel that I sent to the schools. They have to explain the work process and then they have to explain the materials they need.
Yeah.
Related to the work process and beside that related to the recording, both.
Okay.
But I think that is a good idea for them to know what they need.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
For the criteria, maybe you can write students know where to look for information, but online, I think for us, maybe it's difficult because not every student can do it online. Maybe, and I think it's not necessary for every video to research online.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So, Jarkko, I hope you made some notes because that we remember what to do. Okay, so that would be the criteria. And then when they have done this, they will get the one badge. And the next one is the module 5, which is about the storyboard. It's about the pre-production and also involving learners with special needs, the media production process. So they have to develop a comprehensive storyboard and also collaborate with peers in an inclusive and creative environment. And they have to foster teamwork and communication, and they plan and organize media projects in a structured way. So that those were the learning objectives we started with. And the competencies, of course, you can choose many competencies, but these are the ones I thought could be useful in this case. and not mentioned maybe in some other places. So the collaboration, of course, with the help of digital technologies or without the digital technologies. So the student knows, selects, and uses simple digital technologies for collaborative processes at the basic level. And 3.1 is the development of digital content. So they have to create and edit simple content in simple formats. We could, for example, understand this as a storyboard. And we could say in this way, put it in parentheses or so that's a storyboard we're talking about. And they have to be able to use devices and software to produce digital content media. And here it is said, be able to use the storyboarding method to develop media production process. So this, I didn't mention persona here because this is for the students. Okay. And 1.3 is the last one. No, there are some more. Management of data. They have to be able to understand how to organize, store, and retrieve data. Information and content in a simple way in digital environments, and then some more using digital technologies creatively, of course, and identification of gaps if they have any. So they notice that they, for example, don't know how to do the animation or streaming or whatever, and then they have to learn those skills. Okay, and criteria would be the students work in a group, and they have learned about the accessibility issues in some ways related to video making. If there is a heterogeneous group, they must learn it. And they have created a storyboard of the planned video. And the storyboard is attached to the batch application. And they have recognized the digital skills needed to do the video. Okay, they don't necessarily know the skills yet, but they have to recognize them, what they need. Okay, so that would be number 5. And number 6 is shooting the video. And the learning objectives were to familiarize themselves with technical equipment for shooting videos, practice the shooting video scenes, experience the practical challenges of media production, understand the different types of video formats. This was quite hard. So photo videos, PowerPoint animation, streaming, etc., that are often integrated with traditional video production, and they have to collaborate effectively in a production setting. So, and competencies fostered, let's see how many, only 2, because I didn't repeat the ones we already had. So collaboration with the help of digital technologies. They know, select, and use simple. Actually, this is a repetition, but anyway, for collaborative processes at the basic level, and then the development of digital content. And now I have the persona method here because I have the, I was thinking that I will continue this with the table and continue this to the facility, how it is, how it relates to Catalyst's work and facilitators' work, etc. So here is the persona method as well. But we can also leave this out from the students' criteria, competencies. But anyway, they have to be able to use the devices to produce the video. They have to be able to use analytical and conceptual methods. At least the catalysts and facilitators must be able to do that, so that they will develop user cases and learning scenarios for digital inclusive media. Maybe we can leave the last bit out from the students' competencies. And criteria would be that they provide a description of the video process, which technical equipment were chosen, which task did students perform in the group, what kind of skills were needed, and then they explain the video format to use and why it was chosen. Because it's quite hard to think about how to know that they have really really understood the different types of video formats. I guess that's the thing I I thought might be a good one for them. So they explain why they chose this kind of video format. For example, in my case with ICT students, when they are trying to teach other people, they are making a video or stream of Teams. Now I'm hearing myself repeated, sorry. So now it's good. No, I can still hear my, sorry. Somebody's, okay, now it's better. So they have to be able to explain the video format and why they chose. So ICT cases, they had to prepare a stream video of how to use Teams, for example, and why did they choose that one. And module number 7 is the post-production considering special needs. And we have the learning objectives there. So they identify and use appropriate video and audio editing tools. And now we're talking about the editing. And enhance video content through editing techniques. They ensure the narrative coherence and audience engagement, and they can apply sound editing techniques to improve the audio quality. And they evaluate the final product with the intended audience and purpose in mind, and implement feedback for improvement. And I thought that the competencies could be 3.2, integration and revision of digital content. So it's change, refine, improve simple content. And 5.2, identification of needs and technological responses. So again, they have to recognize their own needs and know and be able to choose simple ways to customize and design the environments to meet personal needs. And module 7, as simple as it is, criteria is to provide the video as an attachment. And then I thought maybe a self-evaluation of the work by answering questions in a forms questionnaire. And here we go, earning a meta badge, which would be, we talked about this with Jarkko, sorry about the arrows, they're not very clear, but anyway, we thought that maybe we could have number 4 and 7 as optional. I mean that you have to choose one of them, but not both, so that they could do 4, 5, 6, showing these light blue arrows, or modules 5, 6, 7. So they could concentrate on the storyboard video editing or analysis storyboard and video and skip the editing if it's too difficult for some people. So what do you think about that idea? And then when you have earned the 3 badges, you get the best meta badge.
Yes, Marcus.
Thank you for the nice presentation. I think it's a really good idea to, if the students can leave one module out, because for us, I think it's nice to do module 4, 5, and 6, and most of the students are not able to do module 7. But if it's not a problem, then it's perfect for us.
Okay.
I have another question, can I? Or yes. Because the thing is, Mina, we need to know, do you remember that we were talking in Helsinki about the price of the company that assess the budgets and
yes, but we are going to speak this in the next point.
Okay. Sorry. So later.
Yes, Alexander.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I think it's very good. At some points, it seems to me that we could describe what we expect even more concretely.
Yeah.
So, for example, instead of using editing tools or so, I would maybe say combine some individual shots to a short video or something like that. So it doesn't sound too complex, yeah, because my idea of such short videos on student level would be that they have 2-3 shots and they combine them and they do the opener and the end slide, and that's it, more or less. Yeah, so we don't overcharge them.
Or we could use the editing tools, expression for
Without defining a special
facilitators
editing
and
tool.
catalysts. So we
Yeah.
could. I was thinking that we could have a table is showing the competencies for different levels, and it could be the same thing or a similar thing, but with different kind of expressions. Yeah.
And also the level of expectation. I'm still thinking on this old Windows Media Maker or photo and things, so that you simply see some of your individual shots. Then you should be able to cut them a bit and to combine them. Yeah. So maybe you have 3 shots of 30 seconds and you cut them to 15, and then you drag and drop them in the right sequence and have a 1-minute video, and that's it. So that's about what I would expect, and I think that's also about what would do to represent a simple work process. Yeah, because that's the main step of the work process analysis, to be very clear what should be the end result, what should be the interim result, and what is the critical handling or work process that leads from the interim result to the end result, something like that. So that it doesn't create the expectation that it has to be Hollywood somehow.
No. But with, like I said, this was a draft, very first, so we can still work on that. Yeah, but then again, we have a very heterogeneous and different groups that you have.
It's a general tendency, I mean, as you know, I'm not an expert on video shooting myself, but in all of the processes, all of the projects we were, the videos that were created were much more complex than I would have expected, or than I think would be necessary for this job of supporting the description of the work process. But everybody has done music and a lot of cuts and a lot of rearrangements and so on and so on. And I would really like to see that we create a realistic and workplace related expectation to what the students should be able to do and what the catalyst should support. Yeah, I mean, if the students then, after they manage the basics, go on creating some TikTok videos or something, that's their own business. But on the work floor level, what we want to give the badge for is really the 4 or 5 basic operations.
Of course.
Okay, do you have any question, Loida, Miguel, Marcus? No, everything is clear? Yeah. Okay.
Jarkko, did you put this presentation somewhere so that people can see it?
I was checking the calendar, and the working package 4 has to be finished at the end of April. All the activities, okay?
Minna, we have our next meeting with the small group in Germany on the 9th of December, and then we will go through your presentation and maybe add some points from our perspective.
Yeah, and Minna, this presentation is now in this work package 4 file, so everyone can got it from there. But about the deadlines, so next we are finalizing these student criteria. So and yeah, we are really eager to hear the adjustments, like we heard from Alexander, and maybe Markus, you will help us a little bit. But next step, like Minna mentioned, so it's facilitators and catalysts to have the same criteria. But about the deadlines, the deadlines before Christmas, so it might be nice, Nuria, to have these graphical badges, so that different colors, so we can have more visual way. So I think we suggested, if it's okay for Fundion, to have these graphical logos, or
for us it's impossible because
okay.
the person who was in charge, he was Gonzalo. He's a Mexican guy. He was after summer he was in Mexico doing some jobs, so he was like supporting from the distance, but he came last week and he's leaving now. So we need to find the person for sure before Christmas. It's gonna be impossible.
Okay.
You know.
How about in Loida, in your institution?
To do it in our institute, and I don't understand.
I mean, we're gonna find the person, but I mean, to do the design of the budget, I don't think this is so super relevant now at the beginning. I think it's more relevant, for example, to understand, for example, the catalyst has to be, we need 3 levels of catalyst, okay? And we need the competencies in every level. And another question that I have now, that after the presentation that was really nice, for example, the student they need to have another 3 levels. But for example, are we gonna separate every single student? Because, for example, the competencies for a student that they have autism, probably they're gonna be different for another different with another, I don't know, special needs. Or we're gonna put all the students, for example, imagine all the students, whatever is the special need the student have, for example, to do like, I don't know, like medium level or high level or a slow level. I don't know. This is my question.
Yeah. So sorry, I think in the application it was so that we don't have separate levels for students, so that we have just one level for student, and then we have different badges for facilitators and catalysts, as far as I remember. So there is just one student level.
I think it would be very difficult.
For your question about the pricing, it's also important to do not too many batches. So I think it's not really something better to differentiate between the students. It does not make something better, and we have the problem if we have too many batches, then we have to pay more.
And if I may say, I've never seen badges used on different levels. There's only one badge. So you can, you have mini badges and you get the meta badge, but you don't really have any leveled badges. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I understand that in the previous meeting, we have to design nine badges in total, 9 badges. So 3 for catalysts, 3 for teachers, and 3 for students. But my question was about the competencies, because, for example, I don't know, it's something that I'm thinking now. I don't know if the competencies, they're gonna be the same depending of the special need of the students. I mean, for example, one person, I don't know, is what I'm thinking now. The people with autism, probably there is a competence that this person cannot reach, even if the person wants. No? So that was my question. Like, the competencies, they're gonna be like competencies that I guess all the students can reach, you know? No, this is
These are,
my
I think we can make competencies in such a way that all the students can reach them. And like I said, and like I did in this these modules, there was an optional one. So if they don't know how to edit, they can skip it. Or if they don't know how to do the real work analysis, or so they can skip it. So we can do it that way. But I've never seen really levels. This is not like a this is not a school in a way. It's not graded, but it's you get the badge when you have learned some system, some work process, and that's it.
Yeah,
And I
let's
think
say
it's really
to put the minimums of competencies, and then as soon as the student has reached the minimum of competencies, the student is gonna get the badge, no? Something like that. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah, and sorry, Minna, I think we were discussing so that storyboard and editing, they are optional. It's so that work analysis is compulsory because it's kind of the point, and then shooting. So that's maybe what we were discussing initially. But anyway, yeah.
And it's possible that, as Mina says, some students don't get one competence. That happens. It's the same as credentials or all that. Then it's easier because if we don't have to do 3 levels, it's just they get it or they don't get it. It's even easier. Perfect. And Nuria, now is the moment about the money of the budget.
Marcus wants to say something. Marcus?
no, it's
Okay.
yeah, it's okay.
Okay, now, okay, if this is clear, okay, as I told before, Mina and Jarko, if, I mean, I promise in January is going to be the batch, is more or less the design done, okay, but I cannot promise before Christmas because now we are, almost, at the end of the year, but for sure we need to find the person because, I mean, we have this person was very important, Gonzalo was very important for us because he was doing a lot of work, I mean, not even in this project, in all the projects in general, and he was a very good person because even like he was in Mexico, that is like 6 hours different from Spain, but he was very quickly to sort it out all the things. But now without him, the company needs to find a very good person that he's gonna do the same job as Gonzalo. So I promise that until at the end of in January we're gonna have the person and we're gonna have the design. Even now Gonzalo was last week teaching me how to put the things in the website because he was even the owner of the Pavibet website, So he was last week trying to show me. I was like, okay, let's see, because he told me like, okay, if you need something very urgent or you need something like, even if I'm not collaborating anymore, but I'm gonna help you, whatever you need. So okay, so I mean, Jarko and Mina, we need to do things, like check the competencies, all the things, like let us know, and that you are very free to give us tell us the deadlines, because everything has to be finished at the end of April. Okay, next point, Open Badges. Okay, Open Badges Factory. This is the company that Specia use, and in Finland, I think is the company. Okay, because I don't really know a lot about budgets and about micro-credentials. Last week I was, checking things in internet, okay? I checked the Open Badge Factory, the pricing list, and all the things that the company can offer us. But also I was checking a different kind of company. So I found one that is called Acredita. And I really like this company because I use like a trial. I can do the registration, and I try to do like like I create a badge, and this is connected with one how to say diploma, Loida, like a certification, and then with this kind of badge and the certification, you can put it in LinkedIn, in I don't know, all the curriculum things. But then I have questions, because this kind of company, like if I could create the badge and I can do the diploma, I can send to. I did the proof, like for example, I create the company, like Fundeon is giving a badge to me, for example. I don't know, because I did a course or whatever, and I really like this website. But then I was speaking with Loida, and she told me that your company, your badge, you can recognize your badge in the Europass curriculum. And this is very important because this is very good for the project, because this gives you more recognition. Like for example, this company that I was checking, So, but then we need more information about this open badge factory. I mean, if we need to we need to buy license, or we need to, I don't know, or maybe you can give us, as you have the medium, license, you can incorporate us as an administrator. So we need more information about this.
Yeah, so sorry, I don't think we can put you as administration, since it's the whole platform then visible, and it's not basically possible. So I think each organization should use own platform, or where you can give the badges for your students.
This was another question that I asked also to Alexander, because I didn't know if you as a special, you want to be the coordinator to give the badges to all the students, or every entity is going to give the badges to everyone. That's another question.
Jarko, as you write the premium license, the 680 euros, but maybe for the project, if we only use the 10 batches maximum, it's also possible that every institution use the normal basic level, or?
In premium, it was so that it was really easy to share the ready batches. So that's the point. It takes many hours. Now saves many hours.
Okay.
But I think, like Nuria mentioned, one platform. So that sounds good. Any platform that works fine for this purpose. But I think every institution has to give the badges to their own students. So
no, but my question is, Jarko, if there were some chance that you that this company from Helsinki, they manage all the badges of the 3 countries, no.
I don't, because then it's so that Specia has to run the whole business, and we don't have a capacity to do that because there's quite a lot of batches coming, so the number was mentioned 5. So we had to just use that for the Specia.
But we would have to copy what you are doing and replicate the same in another company.
Yeah. If it's the same company, so then it's easy to share right away the ready-made batches. But sure, if there is a platform like Nuria mentioned, so with these criteria and the logos, the graphical batches, you can build them for your institution. So it's just this premium license, if two companies have this premium license, they can change easily the badges to each other. But yeah, but if there are different platforms, you just have to like build with these.
But okay,
yeah.
Jaco, my question would be, if we want to do, imagine we want to do that with this company, with your company, then we will have to pay 380 euros every partner.
Every partner, yeah, that's
and this would be worth it for teachers, or for teachers, catalysts, and students.
Yeah, for the yeah.
No, I just understand this 380 euros would be worth it to.
I don't know if it's worth, but there must be cheaper ones. But
actually, what my idea was, or the impression from the previous discussion was that the badging process would be run by one partner, of course, the students, and so they have to be examined by, there has to be the verification by each partner, but the signing of the badge and the issuing of the badge would be done by one partner based on this information. I'm pretty sure this can be kind of automated so that each partner would send you an Excel table or so with the name and what the student has done, and then the issues get certificated. But I found it very interesting what Nuria has said. I'm not sure I understood all, but the whole point of putting this micro credentials and badges in the application was that the European Union wants this instrument to be used by education institutions all over Europe. So we wanted to use it. And so it might be worthwhile to check which of the systems are closest to what the European Commission promotes, like in the with the Europass and so on. Yeah. So when in this ecosystem of the Europass or so, there is any possibility to have such micro credentials certified or badges issued, or there might be a proprietary European Union system to do that, like the Europass. It would not be only good for it would be good for the project to be the closest to what the European Union wants and has in their own systems, because that's the point, that they try to promote their own systems. So maybe it's good to continue a bit the research that Nuria has done.
Yeah, thank you.
For example, es que in the pricing of the Open Badge Factory, you have, if you check, es que I don't know if I can share. Let me share. A ver, aquí. Vale. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this. A ver. Ay, no puedo subir. 1 second. How to make it? How can I make this smaller? Okay, just 1 second. I was checking here, okay, and then the problem with your web is only the pro version. I mean, the expensive one. You can go here down, and then here is integration with ESCOM competency framework.
Mm-hmm.
This part was Mina was asking the previous time to, I think, to Loida. But if you check here, just is available with the expensive one. So not even with the standard with your version, I think you have the premium. It's not allowed. So that's why my question is, I would like to see, for example, a sample of the batch done, and to reflect this in the Europass, curriculum, because if you cannot show this batch into the Europass curriculum, then it's not a point to use this company, because the company that I say to you that I'm gonna now to do the presentation, I can show you what I did last week, and it's for free, and you can, the only problem with the company that I checked last week is that you are only allowed to give badges to 249 people in total, but you can create the maximum number of badges, and this is the certification of the budget. You can send to, for example, the LinkedIn, the curriculum of the LinkedIn. Yes, you can speak.
Yeah, and we have also, sorry, Marcus, that I jump in. We have to remember that this is a short and simple piloting procedure. So we are not introducing these badges large scale in our organizations. Yeah, like KJF, it would be some thousand people potentially, but that's not where we are right now. But where we are is that we kind of show that it's feasible and it makes kind of things. So it's no use getting licenses for thousands of people. Yeah, but to have a short feasibility thing. So we should not overstate the position of this whole exercise within the project.
Nuria, do you use the open badge system which I put in the chat, openbadges.eu? Because this is the one it's showed, it's sponsored by the European Union.
So sorry, I have off the microphone. What is this, Marcus?
This one I put in the chat. It's showed up because it's co-financed by the European Union.
No, sorry, Loida.
No, sorry. Talk. But yeah, just one thing is there are many companies, because I was researching about the microcredential that is related to budget, and there are thousands of companies now, Marcus, that are receiving, not thousands, but many, receiving money from Europe, ARCO Finance, and they are offering that. We should, I don't know exactly, but Alexander, what you mean, because I didn't understand well exactly what you mean. Do you think we need to spend that money for that or no?
No, I doubt that we have to. I don't think we have to spend too much, because what we had in mind for this project is only a small piloting of the general design of such badges and piloting a bit if it makes sense with our students and describe what would be in it. But we are not committed to have a large scale rollout of such badges. Yeah, so if the larger organizations among us think they like the system and it makes sense for their students, and so then we can expand and ask at the ESCO integration and get a license for some thousand students and so. But here we only have to kind of explore if it makes sense for our context. And if we go deeper into it, I would suggest to explore if there is some open and free system somewhere at the European Union level, because I remember, for example, there was a very good machine translation somewhere hidden on the EU websites, and they have the Europass system and so on. And often there are companies who just jump onto it and don't provide much more, but have a nicer user interface and so try to monetize it for themselves. But I don't know it, but I would suspect that there is some open free system somewhere on the EU website.
Nuria,
Yes,
can you share the link you found, or the company you found?
I'm gonna do the presentation if you want, because I have opened the web. The only problem with the web that I found, because I was, I wanted to learn more about badges and micro credentials. So this company maybe we cannot use, because as I spoke with Loida last week, this company is from Colombia, so it's not European. So probably we are not following the European rules, So that's the only thing, but I can do the presentation. But another question that I have, all of us, we have to use the same company, or for example, we can create the same badges and every partner can use the company that they want? Or this is the question that I have now.
Yeah, I think because Specia now designs the badges, puts the criteria and so on together. But as far as our experiences are, so this issuing, it takes quite a lot of time. So in the application, it was some hundreds of badges, and with our students, sometimes it's so that we have to communicate with them and talk why they didn't pass yet the application and so on, so that issuing, it takes time with our students according to our experience. So that's why I think every institution has to issue the badges for their students, because it's time consuming according to our experience.
Well, Nuria, for example, Rafa, are you available? Yes? Yes. Okay, because I am thinking that it could be a possibility that from the general direction we do not micro-credential, just a certificate to a student and just a certification for a student and teacher that they have reached a certain level in digitalization or in work processes. That would, and so we would have to, because the problem, Marcus, we would have to pay to a company, because the problem is, even although the company that you have found is a very good idea, the problem is they ask you that an external company has to certify all what you are saying and has to assess all the work you have done. Then that company is going to charge you money. That is the same problem we had with micro-credentials. So I don't know, Rafa, if we could ask just for a certificate from General Direction for students who have participated in the project and teachers. That is what we were talking last day.
Yeah, the thing, it's a good idea, Loida, but the thing is that this certification is not, we don't do that. This certification, we have to ask to the department of the trainers and courses, because they are doing this certification. We can ask them and we can get back with
We are part, well, Miguel and me now are part of this department. We are in the
So
center.
you know better than me who is in charge of it. So you can ask
no.
him. But no. It's not the same. You are part of the. It's different because the who says the certification or who write these certifications is not in our department. We have to
No,
ask
but,
to another.
I know, but I
We
was.
cannot certificate nothing because
No,
we.
but I wasn't saying, I know it's not our department. It's just not a certificate like the qualification is not for that Daniel. David. It's not a real certification. It's just
Okay, we can ask David. We can discuss that,
Yeah.
and then we can get back to a solution because we have to ask to David or to this department.
No, David. I already talked to him, and that's not possible.
Not possible.
No. What is possible is that from the general direction, we do just a certificate of they have reached a level of knowledge in, for example, digitalization or in the work process, something like a certificate you do when somebody participates in a European project.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I take note of it and I ask to David and then we'll see. I don't know. I mean I suppose it's only for the Spanish colleagues and students.
Yes, only for the Spanish colleagues.
Okay. I can ask.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what I did last week. So this is Acredita website, okay? So can you see the screen, no? Because, yeah?
Yeah.
So here we have the panel. So this is the Fundeo company. So in the first thing is all the credentials. It's good because here you have all the credentials that, for example, the second is this is that the credentials that you or badges that you send. Okay.
Sorry, that I have to leave to another meeting.
Okay. Yes.
Can I go?
Yes. Okay.
And I will see the recording later. Sorry.
One second. Because the 5 point is Miguel has to leave as well.
Yeah, we have to go because it's a meeting for the.
It's only because the point 5 was to choose the dates for the meeting in Germany.
And I can say it. It's only possible if you want to visit our institution. It's possible to do it on the 15th to 19th September. The other date, it's we can also do it, but we cannot stay in our institution and because the rooms are already booked.
Okay.
No, it's only possible from the 15th to the 19th September, and we have to decide how many days.
Okay.
For us, no problem because there is still a lot of time. We don't know where we are going to be. But
okay.
Then I leave and then I call you, Nuria.
Okay. So my opinion, Marcus, is maybe to book for this week and let's see. Okay, but I will book for that week. If everybody is fine, I think all of us we are back from.
Yeah.
Okay. But how many days do we have for the German meeting?
The days, I'm not sure. This is something that I want to ask Alexander because it's not really clear in the proposal. What is really clear is has to be 2 members of each entity. Okay, it's 2. I don't know what Jutta says, but thank you, Jutta. I think she's leaving. Okay, it's just 2 people for entity.
Yes, and the days I think are 2, no? Plus getting there and back. I'm since it's not in Munich, probably you will have to plan one day to come and want to leave. Except you have a flight very late in the evening.
But only 2 days.
Is it a training again?
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
I
from
don't
am
know,
a bit
but
out
well,
of-
I don't know, but it's the last meeting for us.
Yeah, but usually Marcus is if it's a training, it's more days than if it's the
Okay.
initial or the final meeting. I think maybe it should be 3 days and plus the day that you are coming and plus counting the day that you are leaving. No, something like that. I think, no,
It would be
Alexander.
nice to give us more space for visits, and if we want to do a small event or something, for maybe combine it with multiplier or so, it gives us some space for that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We can do multiplier even. Yes.
Then I plan 3 days in this week.
My suggestion is book the whole week from the 15th to the 19th, and then after, if we in advance we clarify the days, exactly the days, maybe you can unbook 2 days, but at least we have the whole week for us. No? Maybe?
Okay.
Okay. And very quickly, I'm gonna show you this, okay? Because I don't know if this is good or not, but I really like this website of Accredita. So, for example, what I did, okay, so the yellow thing is the credentials or badges that they are emitted. That I did the proof with me, so 3. One of the credentials, the second column with the green thingy is the credential accepted. That is only one. Then you have here this panel. I like it because you can see everything, that all the credentials that you have emitted or all the ones that are accepted. The 3 column is the credential that is shared. When means share, down here in this web, you have share where in LinkedIn, or share as a profile of LinkedIn, or share as a post in LinkedIn, or share in Twitter, or share in Facebook, or share in WhatsApp, or share by email. Okay. So, for example, imagine that this credential that is accepted, I'm gonna share in my profile in LinkedIn. So here, instead of 0, I will have 1. Okay. Then here is the pending, credential pending. That means that the person has received the credential, the budget, but is pending. That means that they receive it in the email, but then in the email you haven't pressed that you received the credential. Then credential that has been revoked. Revoked means that, for example, I can send you one credential, but this credential or this budget is only for one period of time. Like, for example, I want to send you a badge, but it's not going to be for you forever because, for example, let's say that the credential of the badge expire after one time. So after this time, this credential is going to be revoked, and then you have to do, for example, imagine gain the course, because the course after, for example, let's say 1 year, you have to do again this course, for example. And then the last one is credentials that fallidas means like, for example, the user, for example, has not been good communicated because, for example, the email is wrong or something like that. Okay. Okay. Then here, this is the badge that I create. So I'm gonna go here to press the badge and this one. So this is the badge. So, for example, now we are doing a course. So I try to to create this. Let me see. How can, okay. And then here you have the actions that means that you can send this to the people to emit it or to check, or you have a lot of things to do. Like, for example, editing, users with the credentials, duplicate this credential or keep. For example, this credential, okay? So that here you have the course, no? And this is the descriptions, okay? Then here you have the skills that you get. So this is very simple to organize. So here, imagine, like, you can put here the all the skills that you are getting with this micro credential, more information about my criterias, about how to get these skills. Here are the criterios. And then, for example, the modules, whatever, and then additional information. Yes, Alexander.
Yeah, looks very user friendly. Just one question. Is it Spanish only, or can it be used in multiple languages?
Yes. You can here in configuration here, you can change the language, whatever you want. So, for example, imagine that I have 10 students that they are Spanish, and I have 40 students that are English. So the people that is English, they're gonna receive the micro credential in English, or in for example, in Chinese. So you can change the language, whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you have always also the API. The API means that here, for example, we can put here the API of, for example, blockchains. So that means that micro credential cannot be, changed. That we are working, for example, we have the blockchains in Fundeum. So here we can do this. Now, I'm going to show you, for example, how it looks like. Then, 1 second. For example, you can send the micro credential, but you can send the, for example, the 1 second. Sorry, I try to move. Okay, here. I don't know how to move this. 1 second.
Yeah, anyhow, because I have to leave also, maybe you can make a small work group with Specia and Marcus or so, and decide which one to take, and look a little bit also in this what options we have, and what's the most open source somehow.
And Nuria, there's also a possibility to directly combine these badges with your European certificate you do for us.
No, the only problem with this is, I mean, if you want, I can send you the things like in a presentation, how it looks like the title and the micro credential and all this stuff. We can see in the next meeting. The only problem with this website is what I told you, is from Colombia, and I'm not sure if we are allowed. I mean, if we are this company follow the Spanish, legislation and rules, and this is the only problem. But I think if we find something like that similar, that, for example, the micro credential goes straight away to the European CV, is the best way. So I can have a look and check different websites. But the thing with this website is very easy. I mean, it's very easy to connect, to create the micro credential. Yes, don't worry, Alexander. Bye. Thank you. to connect the micro-credential, and then, for example, let me show you something very quickly from the phone. Like, for example, no? Edita. Like, for example, I'm gonna show you this quickly from the website. Like, imagine, no? I'm the student that I got the budget. So then from my email, I get this, like, Fundeum gives you this micro-credential, no? And this, it says, congratulations, here you have your micro-credential. Then, if I press to this red button, is to claim the micro-credential. So then I press here, okay? And then goes to here. Look. So here I have the course, the same that I saw from the web, with the same thing, like the title, the description of the course, for example, and then the skills that I got it. So, for example, culture of innovation, in what or whatever. Then this is the design, for example, of the micro-credential. Then Fundeum is giving to me this. And then here also is connecting with a diploma. So if I press here, if I verify here, the verification of the credential, it says a lot of things. The date that the company sent to me the micro-credential, the date that I accepted the micro-credential. Then it says that this is created by blockchain, so you cannot modify anything. So I cannot move anything. I cannot, like, fake the nothing. And then also, if I press here, it's with a diploma. So then I've got the proper certification. And then, if I want also, I can connect this, for example, with my profile in LinkedIn. So one company, because LinkedIn is in Spain is the best way to publicize your CV for the company. If you are looking for a job, the LinkedIn, I don't know if the same of the countries, for here is the most famous to do your curriculum. So then if I want to share it in my profile in LinkedIn, so that is going to appear in LinkedIn. But the problem is I don't think there is a connection with the Europass CV, which is more important related with the project and the European.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rafa, if you want to say something.
It has to be linked to the Europass, and I think it's also very important that the company is trustful and is not too small, so that the danger that the company close, it's not so high. And I want to ask Jarko why they choose the Open Badge Factory. I think it's because it's a bigger company and more people use it, or?
Yeah, in Finland, because it's Finnish company, most schools use that one. So that's the most used in Finland, and it's Finnish company. So that's the only reason.
Okay.
So we didn't make any comparison when we bought the license to use that, because it's yeah.
You see, and here you have the diploma. So Fundeum give you this. Then you have the QR, then the sign of our director of Fundeum. So, but this, you can design whatever you want. So you can put the logo, you can put here the information of the course, the micro-credential, the signs. And here in the website, you have different kind of diplomas to design also. So you can receive just the micro-credential, the budget, or the budget can be connected to the diploma, and you can receive the both things. And this you can, transfer to the web, the social media, and also the LinkedIn. So let's have a look because your link, Marcus, maybe it's very interesting, and maybe we can find same as Accredita companies in European companies that do micro credential, and maybe we can find something for the project because I think all of us we need to use the same. I think
I don't know if everybody has to use the same, but I think it's easier for the project. For the future, it has to be a company where you can issue more batches and which is future-proof. But for the project, it has to be some easy way to do it.
Okay. So if you want, this week I'm gonna have a look about different websites and all this stuff.
Oh yes, sorry.
And for the next meeting, maybe we can do a meeting before Christmas, maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe we can, like have a look for a new day to see all the all the things that, like for example, the working package 3, everything is done or whatever we need to review. Maybe you need help for the working package 4 for the competencies, and I can review this kind of companies to check if we have something. But Accredita for me was very easy, super easy. And also you have, I can, for example, if we use one page like that, the only problem with this is that we have only 249 people, or well, in total budgets that I can send. If one people I send 5 budgets, then it's like I spend 5, or I can send to one person 1 batch, but maximum is 249. Because
they also provide a business plan, but I don't know how expensive it is because on the website they don't put the pricing there. So you have to ask. Normally, I think it's not so trustfully if you don't put the price on the website. So you have to write them an email and ask about the prices.
The price is in the website. No, that's true. Yeah. That's true. The price that's true. It's not in the website. So this is what I call it's kind to, it offers you a lot of interesting things, but then you need to ask about, exactly, you don't have the price for different license. That's true. Just the free one. Yes, that's true. Maybe then after it's very expensive. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. But imagine, for example, if we don't need to, if you create a link with your institution, I have my institution, then imagine Special has the institution. How many students we have to certificate, or teachers, or things like that? How many? It's not too much, too many people. So if I certificate 200 people, then you certificate 249, the other 200 is enough for the project.
In the application, it was 500, so it's quite a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot.
But can we? Because I also have to go to my clients.
Me too.
Can we? Can you review it and then maybe we can talk at the next meeting? But we have to have a date.
Wait, we can plan the date if you want now.
Yeah, and if it's possible, then I block it.
Can we plan now if you want, and then I'm gonna tell to you can tell. Oh no, we can tell to Alexander and Loida.
Maybe on December the 13th.
The 13th.
Yeah. Maybe
you say 2 weeks, then it's Friday. It's ideal for us.
Yeah.
The 13th is good for you, no? I think as well, Jarko, no?
Yeah. Should be.
What time is that day good for you?
Not afternoon, but in the mornings, like Spanish time.
Well, I think you have class, no? You have class in the morning, no? Or after?
I think Minna had till Spanish time 9 o'clock, but somehow this calendar doesn't work now at the moment. But But how about Markus?
For me, it's if we do it after 9 or after 10, it's okay.
Okay, so 9:30. Let's say 9:30 Spanish time, the 13th.
Yeah.
13th Friday. Vale. Okay.
Yeah, Jutta, how is it okay for you?
So I'm gonna have a look.
Yes.
This entity.
Yeah, great.
Jutta, hello. I'm gonna ask this entity the prices of the, but I don't think I don't think we need, because if we can create a lot of administrators and entities, it's gonna be fine. I mean, no, because for example, what's the point? What's the point to have spend a lot of money in the license?
Yeah.
If for example, even the ESCO, which is the most important for the the European Commission, is only with the most expensive, so it's not a point, So okay, so we can see all these things then in the next meeting. Okay, anything we are in keep. Okay.
Yeah, and Nuria, I didn't fill in the Excel, but thank you for Jutta and for KOIF, Mia and Fabian. Now there is this story from Helsinki there in the chat. So yeah.
Yes, thanks.
You. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.